How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 coming at you. Well, 16 days into 2013. It's been pretty rough for us Irish fans, to say the least. Of course, as we all know, the big news today, Manti Te'o and the situation with his girlfriend turned out to be a complete hoax. His girlfriend didn't exist. To be honest with you guys, I really cannot find the words right now. I mean, even as I turned on the camera to start this video, I just wasn't really sure what I was going to say here. I'm still having a hard time wrapping my mind around this whole thing. This is definitely, I'm not going to say it's the number one thing on my list, but this is definitely up there on my list of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. I don't get it. I'm really having a hard time making sense out of all this. I mean, you know, there's not really much to talk about. I mean, we've all been watching the news all day or all night whenever we got home from work and all that. And myself, I saw Jack Swarbrick's press conference, and I think myself personally, I think it's really too early to make an official judgment on anything because we still have to let Manti Te'o tell his side of the story. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people out there. I mean, I know Oni Kuno. I know you've been very vocal about your opinions on this, and you know, just for the record, dude, I don't think you're a bad person or anything like that. But you know, I saw your video, and it's cool. You're entitled to your opinion and all that. That's fine. But I think it was bullcrap when you brought in the Declan Sullivan and the Lizzie Seberg cases. I mean, that was bullshit on your part. But hey, I'm a forgiving person, and besides, I don't think you really give a crap what I have to say anyway, but just throwing it out there. I mean, that was just a bullshit move. But you know, that's definitely one thing that I've seen since you know, since this news broke, and you know, just you know, and I'm not Oni Kuno, I'm not saying you're in this category, I'm just speaking in general here. A lot of stupid, irrational fans out there. It's just unbelievable. You know, it was the same thing when the whole Declan Sullivan situation was going on after that accident. And yes, it was an accident. All these morons start calling Brian Kelly a murderer and all that nonsense. Then the Lizzie Seberg stuff happens with the sexual assault case. And, you know, I'm not going to throw out names because, hey, I don't know who it is that's being accused. But the fact is, that story in itself, you know, people can call cover-up with this, cover-up with that, so on and so forth, but, you know, why don't you idiots on these stories read how the university and all parties involved are being as cooperative as they can? I mean, there are so many of you people out there who are so stupid and so irrational, it's sickening. And people have ripped on me for being an idiot and you're looking like a fool on here. Give me a break. It's ridiculous, you know. Just the way that people will use situations like this just to fuel their hate for a football team is sick. And it doesn't, I mean, most of it is trolls. And of course we all know the purpose that trolls serve, just to get on here and piss people off, which, you know, in my soon-to-be 4 years of doing YouTube, I've become accustomed to it. I get it. But, you know, I'd like to think that there are still some rational people out there who will look at both sides to every story and not just jump to conclusions like everyone is with Manti Te'o right now. Now look, is it possible that Manti himself could have, you know, fabricated this whole thing himself or even been a participant in it? Absolutely, you can't rule that out. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, so many of you people jump to conclusions without hearing the whole story. You just go by with what the media tells you. Stop. The media paints a picture of whatever they want you to hear, and it's up to you to use your minds and wait till you hear all sides of the story before you jump to a conclusion. But like I said, too many stupid people out there to even figure that out. I guess I'm of a dying breed, I guess you could say, who actually think things through and not just jumps to conclusions. But you know, I'm not on here just to be a Notre Dame homer and to say that, oh, Manti's innocent, Manti's innocent. I mean, we don't know that. There could be proof lying out there that he is guilty as charged. And I will tell you guys this, all of you, Notre Dame fan or non-Notre Dame fan, if it is proven that Manti Te'o is guilty in this, and that he helped fabricate this or participate in it, then I will be right there on your side agreeing with you. But hear the man out first before we label him guilty. I mean, I'm not calling him guilty yet because, honestly, if you want my opinion on this, I think he was part of he was the victim of this hoax. I don't think he, intended to do this or, screw with people's minds or take us for a ride or anything like that. I believe that he did talk to someone, and he fell in love with that girl. But what turns out to be the love of his life was someone that wasn't real, didn't exist. He was played like a fool. That's my opinion. Now you hear so many people on here accusing him of all this and that, trying to get publicity, trying to mess with people, do it just as a way to start funds for a fake person, make money, all that stupid nonsense that I've heard nonstop so far in the last few hours. It's ridiculous. Tell me this, why would he need to get himself any more publicity? He already had it. He was already getting the attention and the fame before the season even started, long before the announcement came of the deaths of his grandmother and his girlfriend. Why would he need to get more? He already had it. So what's his purpose? What's his purpose for doing that? For concocting this? So I'm just saying, I don't buy that for a second. I think he really was a victim here. But like I said, if he's guilty and he's lying, then I'll be right there agreeing with all of you who are, calling him a liar, calling him a scumbag, and those are just the G-rated words. But it's really amazing, some of you out there who have such a low class and are just ready to jump to conclusions and attack people. It's sickening. It makes me sick. But like I said, how many people really give a crap what I have to say anyway? I'm entitled to my opinion just like you scumbags are yours. So, but yeah, I don't know. I really just do not know what to say about this. I mean, I'm myself right now, I'm going to give Manti the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to let him tell his side of the story before I jump to my own conclusions. But, like I said, personally, I don't think that he did do this. I don't think he tried to screw with anybody. The person that he fell in love with, I think he believed it was real. And that's what I think, and that's the only thing I think he's guilty of. Is he's maybe guilty of being a little naive, which we've all been at some point in our lives, myself included. I mean, I've done some stupid things in the past, and some videos I made on here prove it. But we've all been naive or stupid at some point in our lives. And he's also guilty of putting his trust in the wrong people. So I think those are the only things that he's guilty of. And another thing that I had pointed out to me was the fact that he told Jack Swarbrick, he told Brian Kelly, and he told Bob Diaco on December 26th, the day after Christmas. And people are asking, like, well, if they knew about it, why didn't they release it? Well, let's be realistic here. You're a major university who's getting ready to play for the national championship. I mean, not that it matters now because, the result speaks for itself, but are you really going to release that information and put a big distraction on your team like that before the biggest game of your life, and well, at least in the last 25 years anyway? Are you really going to do that? Excuse me. No, you're not. So if it was me, I can't say that I wouldn't have done it any differently. And besides, this wasn't a university matter. It was a personal matter for Manti Te'o. And I think that's what a lot of you on here seem to be forgetting. The university was not responsible for something that really was Manti's actions. Now, yes, I know how it looks. I mean, the football team used that, his losses. Manti used those losses to help fuel this football team, to help, like to play through the pain, to get us going. I get that. I can see how people would be pissed off by that kind of deceit. But, like I said, I believe it was unintentional. And I just think that Manti didn't know who it was that he was talking to online, and he was deceived. And I think he was a victim. And for those of you who don't think that just because you're there's a football player who plays for a major university can't be innocent or can't be a victim, then you're full of crap, and you need to I don't know, you need to wise up. That's all I can say. But it seems like in this day and age, if you're a football player at a major university, a well-known football player, and you get accused of something or anything like that, it seems like you're guilty by default just because of the fact that you're a football player. I mean, why? I mean, I get the stereotype, football players, the big men on campus, everyone worships them. Yeah, I get that. I get that. And there are some that are arrogant and think they can get away with murder and do whatever the hell they want to. Those kind of players do exist. But you know what? There are some respectful young men that do play this game. And not all of them are out to hurt people or to, just abuse the system, so to speak. There are some who are legitimately victims and wrongfully accused. So give Manti Te'o the benefit of the doubt, especially the Notre Dame fans out there. Let's hear his side of the story before we jump to conclusions. But of course, to all the idiots out there that are going to hate, that their hatred for Notre Dame is so strong that it clouds their judgment and their rationale, this doesn't apply to you. So yeah. But I'll tell you guys one thing, with the University of Notre Dame and us and the Notre Dame family, come on, guys. We're making the media's job way too easy with this stuff. I mean, they've been hitting us nonstop for the past 3 years with all this garbage that we've been handing to them because we keep screwing up. It's either we're getting in trouble or, so many preventable things that don't have to happen. I mean, but just come on, just get it together. But I'll tell you guys one thing. In this particular incident with Manti Te'o, I mean, granted, he's on a much bigger stage than I am. I mean, he's known nationwide, and well, me, I only have 228 subscribers, give or take. I don't know where it's at right now. But this is exactly why that I don't share any of my personal life or have any of my loved ones on here. I mean, I get trolls all the time. I have like 2 or 3 message boards out there constantly monitoring my videos, post them, rip them apart, rip me apart. Yeah, I'm certainly not bringing my personal life on here. That's for sure. And I think I know this was stated on ESPN earlier, but when Manti Te'o responded to this, but he said something very similar to that about how you got to be careful who you associate with and what you share with people. That's very true, and that's why I just keep it to me on here. None of my personal life, none of my family, and I'm not going to let my family get ripped apart like I do by stupid idiots out there. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, that's really all I can say about this. I mean, we still have there's still a lot of missing pieces of the puzzle and a lot of answers that we need to get, and hopefully, I believe Swarbrick said in his press conference that Manti is supposed to address the media, I think Thursday or Friday. I want to say Thursday, but I'm not too sure. But hopefully we'll get those answers. And so, I know it's been said in this day and age that it's guilty until proven innocent, but that's bullcrap. Let's hear all the facts first before we jump to conclusion and make our judgments on people. Give the guy a chance to speak. So, but yeah, that's really all I have to say on this issue. Those of you watching, take it or leave it. You're entitled to your opinion. But I am too. So, like I said, this video, take it or leave it. Well, that's it, guys. With that, this is ND Sean 45 signing off. Catch you guys later.